besok.
Oh,
Nanti pagi,
iya.
bukan besok.
Semoga Mina bangun.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another live stream. So, today I'm not going to make this a really long live stream because for the past couple of live stream, I've been live streaming for like almost like 20 minutes or so. But I think today I'm going to make it really short because using my mobile data and not my Wi-Fi because my Wi-Fi has been really terrible today, and I want to pump out this content for you. So let's talk about the first one. My channel got copyright claim a lot. A lot of the videos got copyright claim. Some of was still salvageable, but some were not. So I'm trying to delete the videos that got copyright claimed, and then trying to re-upload them into my YouTube channel. So I've done for most of the stuff other than the supercut videos. For the supercut videos, I'll do it later on, and I'm trying to also re-upload the August and December. So I'll go into August, and then I'll go to the November one, and then we go into December, and then from that I will upload the February videos, and let's just hope that we will not get any more copyright claim. The problem is that this barrage of copyright claim also affected my anime opening videos, so my Elimination Chamber one actually got claimed. So yeah, that was a bummer. That was that was like such a bummer. But I think I can manage. I think I can manage. We'll see if I could also salvage that one as well. But yeah, so in today's live stream, I'm going to talk about a little bit about what happened on SmackDown recently. So let's get straight into it, shall we? So the show started with a match between the Brawling Brutes against Imperium. It was a really fun match. The Brawling Brutes won with Sheamus hitting the bro kick to Giovanni Vinci. I mean, what every single time these two teams collide, it will absolutely be a banger because you have this history between multiple people um like Butch or formerly known as Big Don in NXT UK against Gunther, and also them having multiple encounters in main NXT, and then Gunther and Sheamus. Like this match, whenever you see these three people fighting the other three people, is going to be a banger. So that was a great opener for the show. And then we got a segment between Jey Uso, Paul Heyman, and Sol Sikoa. Paul Heyman says that Jey Uso needs to take care of his saggy problem, and then he left. And then Paul said to Sol Sikoa saying that if your brother does not finish this problem, you're going to have to finish the problem. So this could go two ways, which is the way that I theorized. One, Solo Sikoa could actually be loyal to Roman Reigns. We've seen Jey Uso not being loyal to Roman Reigns. He's only loyal to his twin brother, Jimmy Uso, but he's never been loyal to Roman Reigns. And I think that's not the case for Solo. I think Solo is actually loyal to Roman Reigns. So if at some point Jey Uso is having another error, Solo Sikoa could literally be the one that essentially gave him the someone spike, kicked him out of the group. You know, I could definitely see that happening. So Ricochet having a match with Ivar in a singles match, Braun Strowman and Eric is nowhere to be seen. It was a really fun match, and Ricochet got the W after hitting the shooting star press. I think I like the shooting star press as a finisher for Ricochet, and if the opponent is like a really strong competitor, that he's going to pull out the um, the 630 Santon, which is like a stronger finisher for him. I think in his career he's had like four finishers in total. The recoil, the shooting star press, 450, and the 630. So recoil is like number four. Uh, Back then, shooting star press is number three, and the 450 is number two. But I think he rarely do 450 anymore. I think I think the tier would be only three, right? Recoil is number three. Shooting star press, shooting star splash is number two, and then the 630 something is number one. So what happened next? So we had a segment between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Sami said like there's something with Jey Uso. I think he could Sami think that he could convince Jey to not join the bloodline and join them to destroy the bloodline. But Kevin says that it's a bad idea through and through. And this is probably the moment where Triple H is planting the idea to the WWE Universe. What if Kevin Owens is going to betray Sami Zayn at some point because they're not on the same they're not on the same page right now. And if that ever happens, the person that's going to have Sami's back is going to be Jey Uso, in my opinion. Okay, so Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez fighting against Shotzi and Natalia in a tag team match, which was okay. I was never really a fan of the female tag team match, especially because they are so short and they lack of like finishing move. They lack of move sets in their matches. So yeah, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez won the match, but that's it. And then we got a segment where Madcap Moss and Austin Creed or Xavier Woods were playing the WWE 2K23, and then LA Knight comes in and he was essentially like ranting that he is not in WrestleMania, and then for some reason he breaks the PlayStation 5 controller, and I was like, "Oh, dude, no, you can't do that. Oh, come on." The PlayStation 5 controller is really, really expensive. You have no idea how much that costs. Oh my gosh. So I think they're going to have a fight next week between LA Knight and Xavier Woods, and I think that would be pretty fun. The crowd is loving LA Knight. Like they've been loving his character. He's one of the few people from NXT that actually work in the main roster. Like their character works. LA Knight is one of those people. Like every single time you see LA Knight on TV, the crowd cheer despite him being a heel. And then they chant at it with LA Knight, yeah, that kind of thing. I think the other person that might have the same treatment with LA Knight in the main roster would be Carmelo Hayes. Because every single time I see Carmelo Hayes on the main event show, he actually have the same the crowd reacted the same way. They don't care whether he's a heel or a face. They absolutely love this guy the same way they love LA Knight, whether he's a heel or a face. So Triple H made an announcement. It's not like in Monday Night Raw where he says they're not going anywhere. He actually announced that they are going to have a draft in the following weeks. I can't remember if it was immediately next week or it was like in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, we're getting a draft. That would be pretty cool. Since last year we got a really kind of like not a good draft since some of the people that got drafted got released. Hit Row got drafted to SmackDown and then they got released. They drafted Gable Stevenson who never make his in-ring debut, which really sucks. So I think Triple H said that every superstar is eligible in this draft. So I think this would be the moment where we could see NXT superstars getting called up to the main roster. If there are some people that from NXT that I would like to see in the main roster, I don't think if this happening next week or in the next couple of weeks before NXT Battleground, I don't think Braun Breaker is going to be part of the draft. But if it's happening after NXT Battleground, then I could definitely see that Braun Breaker is going to be put in the main roster. The other person would be Grayson Waller, and for the female side, some people are saying Roxanne, but I don't think Roxanne is ready for the main roster yet. I think she needs to complete some story in NXT before she could move up to the main roster. And especially because there's literally no place for her in the main roster. And currently, because this, like, you cannot put Roxanne Perez anywhere in the storyline in the main roster. You have like Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley as champion. Asuka is nowhere to be seen after WrestleMania. And who can you put up against Roxanne Perez in the main roster? I don't think you have anybody for at the moment. If we wait for the next couple of months, maybe we could see a way to put her in the main roster. But right now, we don't have that. The reason why I put Groundbreaker and Grayson Waller into the shakeup because they would have something to do in the main roster immediately. Groundbreaker could be a monster kind of person, a heel or a babyface, I don't care, and he could immediately win for the United States Championship, or he could just wreak havoc in the main roster. And then for Grayson Waller, he could continue his rivalry against Johnny Gargano, or he could start his own thing by being a douchebag. So that's why I think these two could work in the main roster if they are getting drafted in this year's draft. But I think it could only go this way. You can only draft people to Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. You cannot draft people to NXT. I think that's the idea that they're going with this year. So I mean, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. So we got a match between Santos Escobar and Rey Mysterio against Damien Priest and Dominic, and of course that's when they win, and this would lead to a match at Backlash, probably between Dominic Mysterio and Damien Priest against Rey Mysterio and Bad Bunny. We got a little action between Selena Vega and Rhea Ripley. I mean, it could be a good match, but it's definitely not a money match in my opinion for Backlash if you put Rhea Ripley against Selena Vega. Because I don't think Selena Vega first is a great first opponent for Rhea Ripley's title reign. Okay, where was I? Okay, so what has happened? Oh yeah, Sammy talked to Jey Uso. Jay kind of like considered that because Sammy literally said that he has a choice. He could go down with the ship or leave the ship early to be the one to take down the ship. But before Jay could answer anything or could respond anything, so Sikoa attacked Kevin Owens backstage. And then the main event is going to happen. They have a match at the main event. Um, Jey Uso won by cheating because Solo Sikoa hit Sami Zayn with the someone spike outside, and then Jay hit the super kick to Sami Zayn. I think I kind of like this version of super kick um, by Jey Uso. I think it was inspired by Axiom or A Kid's super kick, the golden ratio. it does not feel like a super kick. It feels like a jumping kick, a jumping super kick. Like you run to your opponent, you jump, and then you kind of like kick the opponent's head. And I think that's a really interesting variation of a super kick instead of you just run towards them, flick your leg, and then slap your thigh. It felt more those super kicks more felt more like a thrust kick. So the jumping super kick is going to be a lot more. I think I would like to see the jumping kick more than the traditional super kick. And then after the match, Solo Sikoa started attacking Sami Zayn when Solo was going to deliver another someone spike. Jey Uso stopped it, made us think that, oh my God, is he actually going to help Sami Zayn? But no, he delivered a super kick to Sami Zayn, and then they continued their attack to Sami. But before the show ended, Matt Riddle came in and even the odds. So I was thinking like, why are they putting Matt Riddle in the storylines? And then I remember the reason Matt Riddle got some time off from television is because he got kayfabe injured by Solo Sikoa. So I think that's how he would fit in this Bloodline story. I'm not really sure, but we'll see. So, like I said in the thumbnail, SmackDown was actually pretty entertaining from rather than Monday Night Raw, and we'll see what's going to happen next Monday because I think Cody Rhodes has something to say. So I think that's all that I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow in Ramadan Day 18. My name is Efaja, and I'm signing out.